All right, so I want to start off by saying, a big thank you to everybody who watched Prakriti. First of all, if you look at all the YouTube counts, views that we had on YouTube, we believe it is close to 10,000 views so far, maybe a little bit more already. Just like 2 days after the festival. So first of all, big thank you to everybody who watched. And this program would not have happened without the volunteers you see on the screen now, and a few other volunteers who are not here. So their effort really made this happen. So the big thank you to them too. And of course, the most important thing is having the right kind of artists. So we talked a lot during the festival about how we pick the artists, and why we actually picked certain artists and why we didn't have certain other artists and all that. So a big shout out and a heartfelt thanks to all the different artists who performed. We're hoping that next time around we'll have a lot more artists performing, and then a lot of different artists performing, but at the same time we're hoping that the same artists would also be there. So that's the thank you part of it. I also want to talk about a couple of things about like why I thought this whole experience was really great. I've been doing this probably more than anybody else among the volunteers of SIFA, and this is probably the first time I'm seeing such a great synergy in volunteers, everybody coming together and doing such a great job. This would not have been possible without all the great work all the volunteers did. We can't call out one person did more than the other, because everybody stepped up and did a phenomenal job. So thank you. And that's, to me, definitely the most satisfying part of it. So I would also want to say a couple of words about Prakriti. And if you have not really watched it, why should you watch, right? The reason why you should watch is that you should really try and look at the attempts that we have made in making sure that a presentation of this type is possible. When I say this type, we brought together about 100 artists of different caliber. And that's also the beauty of it. We had some of the greatest artists in their field, also some beginners. We were able to put together a program that was enjoyable by everybody by watching it all together. So this is a unique experience. If you haven't watched it, definitely watch. So let me hand it off to Sriram. Go ahead, Sriram.
Hi, everyone. Really loved working on the Prakriti team because given the situation we are in, an effort of this magnitude really brought a lot of people together. Families came together. I mean, we watched as a family. Families came together. Extended families came together. There were WhatsApp discussions going on, and this was like really phenomenal. And it's amazing how anything done virtually, the virtual is as good as the actual real stuff itself. And another thing, recommend you all to watch it if you haven't watched, because that's the same feedback we got from everybody that watched, is how it brought them together, and how during this festival, while they were watching, they kind of lost a sense of confinement, and felt a sense of expansiveness, or that Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam, and various diverse forms, and touching your inner sensitivity, and really moved a lot of people. And for that very reason, you all should go and watch. And I know people who are also like watching and rewatching. So that's all I have to say. And looking forward to again being with this great team. Amazing synergy, and it was really amazing. I now hand it over to Chaitanya, I guess.
Thank you, Sriram. Very well put. I could not say any better than what you said. It's really been amazing working as part of this team. The key thing that brought me into this, to contribute to this festival in whatever way I could, the fact that I love dance. That's a primary motivation for me. And the second biggest motivator is this pandemic. This COVID times, nobody could go anywhere else, right? We're all confined. The weekends are maximum. We go for a grocery shopping, and then we just spend time with kids. But what else we could do, right? So one biggest thing that kept me motivated and happy was because I was working towards a part of the bigger goal in bringing that mega dance festival. That's what we are calling it, right? So this mega dance festival, this is being brought to your homes, brought to the thousands of people's homes, so that they can be relieved of the stress that this pandemic is bringing to all of us. So it kind of gives that vent to this frustrations that this pandemic is bringing. Not only that, to the artists who are participating in this, they spent hundreds of hours putting together their pieces of performances and then shipping it over to us, so that this wonderful team put together all of that to give a seamless experience over 8 sessions. It's phenomenal. I just wanted to recount one testimony to this. One person, Arun Kumar from Cary, North Carolina, he just sent a text. I mean, we were not even expecting that. So he put out a note to his friends. He tagged several of his friends that he compared this festival to several other bigger festivals, which is, I felt really humble because of this festival. I felt really happy at the same time. And kudos to the team, content team. You did a great job. It's a great team effort. I really would like to come back and work with this team again next year. Looking forward for that. And you should definitely come and watch this festival. Like Sriram mentioned, my close friends, my close family, they're all watching it again and again. Even I'm doing that. So please go back, and all the content is right there on our YouTube channel. Go watch it and enjoy. Yeah, I'll hand it over back to you, Ajay.
Yeah, Pramod, do you want to go next?
You're muted, Pramod.
Thanks, Ajay. One of the things about CFIRST mission is that to promote art forms mainly from South Asia, and bringing our communities together and staying close to the culture. So how do we do this during these pandemic times? What can we do? What can we do to promote these art forms, continue to support our communities? And Prakriti is exactly that, born out of those thoughts. And I take immense pleasure and a tremendous amount of satisfaction to be a great part of this Prakriti team that has put together this event and has seen through taking it off and broadcasted across the world. Enormous amount of hours spent by this team, taking the content from various sources, putting it together, and basically stitching it all together and giving it a form. So I take immense pleasure to be a part of this team. Now, why should anyone watch this Prakriti? While it brings in various art forms, at least 10 art forms, hundreds of artists together, and provides a platform for these artists and these art forms that even depicts philosophy. And why not watch it at the comfort of your home when it's all provided to you at free? So please watch it, enjoy, and again, thanks to the team.
Ram, you are next. You're muted.
Thank you, Sifa. One of the things I would like to say about this particular event is that, you know, we see the colors through various arts. It could be a music, or it could be a dance form. And here we are seeing now, along with that, we are also seeing a art from the technology, color from the technology, how we are producing those contents, stitching together, and then adding the the graphic images and the transitions to ensure you have a feel of watching the arts and its performance in a real event mode, right? So, and also during this pandemic period, we used to be more into the virtual concerts, looking into various organizations and people doing the similar activities. And then when you get an opportunity to work in those kind of uh, ex- uh, expertise, that experience itself is a different level. It takes me to the different level, and whenever we receive the feedback that, this transition went very well, there is a, couple of hiccups were there, but those are all part of the lessons which we are going to learn and then implement in our future efforts. However, when they say it is a, you have achieved 90-95%, that will give a kind of a satisfaction for us that, whatever we work towards a one vision, bringing a world art form in front of you, sitting at your comfort zone, having your snacks or tea along with that, hot or cold, whatever which you feel, and also enjoying the moments with your family is a one great experience, which SIFA has given to us. And we definitely would like to come back to repeat this exercise in a different level, take you to the next level of what the technology can bring in, and add the values through the performance the artist brings in. It's not only, the computer will do everything for us, but there is a human value attached to it, which we have to appreciate both in the art form as well as from the various others associated, especially if things happen in the back end mode. So that's the great opportunity, that has given us, and this is a good exercise for us. And definitely, we would love to be part of this exercise again and again. That's the one part which I like most about the Prakriti. And as we say, we are bringing nature to you. So when we are talking about the nature, this actually, for me, when I was watching, when I was doing the editing and along with watching those uh, different art forms, some of the art forms I was not even aware of it that existed. This Prakriti actually opened up some of the art forms which is beyond our imagination. So we were like confined to a Bharatanatyam, Kuchipudi or something like that, but this particular festival has exposed us beyond that. In villages, there are some art forms, So if you want to know what are the art forms beyond the regular one which you will see on day-to-day basis, especially people are in the city, they know only few art forms if they have heard it through their families or something like that, but it's very difficult to understand what the village art forms looks like, and how you can enjoy it. So for that purpose, at least, keep watching the Prakriti. So this is an effort SIFA is putting across to bring in the various art form which you don't know, and it will take you to the next level of your imagination. So keep watching it and keep coming back, and then you will realize this world has a lot more to offer for us in terms of arts. So keep watching us and keep coming back. That's all. Thank you, Sifa.
Very well put, Ram. So Venu, let me call upon you to do that.
In my view, the speciality of Prakriti event is about the breadth of performing arts covered. By around 100 odd performers, but the breadth is the most important thing actually, as just RBG mentioned. There are so many arts actually which is happening in the Indian villages, which is never come to light, or which is not really presented to many of the people. So that is most important. And the quality of performers actually, they are all very well known, and the masters in these areas, or and well appreciated by different sabhas and governments and all kind of things. So the quality and the quality of performances and the performers, that is another thing. Uh, these are the two things actually which makes me watching Prakriti events multiple times. So I would suggest the same thing to you as well. Also, why I like to work with the team is because I am a new entrant to this team. This is the first time actually I am working with CIFA. It is, I mean, the amount of work actually, I mean, maybe I'm the least contributor to this whole thing, but I could imagine actually, I can even see that actually people were working 20 hours, or I mean, you see the latest messages coming at 12 o'clock, and then again morning 4 o'clock, people are working on that. So much effort put in, and continuously working. And another thing is, it's all a voluntary effort, and towards a cause. Actually, there is no ego, there is no whoever is available, actually they are doing it. I really appreciate that. And another thing is, innovation, lot of innovations brought in technology wise, basically through the communication, collaboration and communication part of it. That is one part. Second thing is how, my uncle actually called me and asked, initially he thought everybody these are all live performance actually happening. Then suddenly, because of some editing, he started believing that actually it is not, some of these things are not live. So that's a kind of editing.
I think you're on mute, Venu. Well, just went on mute.
Sorry. So lot of good work, great experience. Thanks for the thank you team actually. And I really enjoyed working with you. Thank you.
Awesome. Vishy, you want to go next?
Sure. So yeah, when Prakriti was, I think, conceptualized, and when I was asked to be part of this phenomenal team, it was already what I would call, a phenomenal work of art. It was a kaleidoscope that basically represented varying art forms of India. All the pieces of glass and mirrors were already in there, and I was asked if I could be a little sticker on the box, and I'm like, hey, why not? So I jumped at the opportunity in terms of doing my little piece, as part of hosting some of the afternoon sessions. And oh boy, I think phenomenal would be an understatement in terms of the amount of effort that this team has basically put in. Key things to note, folks touched upon the pandemic and the technological impact that it's had. Primarily positive, I would say, because what we saw is the amount of technology that went into the overall curation and production of the dances that we presented to you. That was number one. But more importantly, also on the artist side, the effort and investment they had made to come up with, in the absence of a professional recording, setting, using a terrace as an example, makeshift lights and the like. So, mind-boggling innovation on that front from the artist side, and obviously from the team front in terms of giving what I would say was an exemplary production. So creative aspects aside from the art was something that basically shone through. And keeping to the theme of the program, Prakriti, they say there is unity in diversity, and what amazed me was the various, diverse dance forms and dancers all coming up with their own interpretation of Prakriti, whether it be the mother, whether it be Krishna, whether it be the poet adoring Ram, mind-bogglingly done. So the thematic aspect of it, the overall technological aspect of it, tying it together, to be well blended is one reason why I'm extremely proud to be part of the team, and definitely looking forward to doing it again. In terms of why folks should be watching this, there is no better potpourri of dance that one could find anywhere on the virtual platform. So whether it is organizational aptitude in terms of how one curates and puts together various dance forms, I think we set the gold standard or better. In terms of artistic aptitude, I don't think you would find a better palette of artists, presenting their dance forms anyplace else under one single, platform. Prakriti is that. So just for those reasons, a beautiful amalgamation of both organizational and artistic aptitude. Watch Prakriti. And thanks, IFA, for having me on.
Thank you, Vishy. Well put. Kirtana, do you want to finish up?
Like to thank all the volunteers and the dancers, all the artists, my heartfelt gratitude, because without your presentation, our content is absolutely zero. So the artists in this pandemic, with all the things going on, everyone was so, as Vishy mentioned, so innovative. They were using different kind of props, and some of them did their own videos, lightings and everything. So thank you so much to every single artist who performed for us. We would also like to thank all the viewers. Without you guys watching the program, there is no appreciation. The most important absence in this particular dance festival for the artist is that live connection. You do not hear the applause, you do not see the emotion from the audience. I think that is what we need from this virtual world. We need your comments, we need your likes, we need your response to all these programs that we have presented. So kindly comment, kindly like, kindly write back to us about what you liked about Prakriti, what are the things that we can improve on. To write about what the artists, what you liked in the artist presentation. That would be a very good feedback for these artists who presented for us. This was a very unique concept that we implemented, and it was possible only because of the pandemic. We can never imagine to bring in all these 50 plus artists, major artists from India, from Canada, from Singapore, from Malaysia, from Paris. All of these artists, we cannot bring them to Denver. This pandemic was in fact a little bit of a boon for SIFA. So I'm really sure that you will enjoy if you watch this program. Subscribe to our channel as soon as possible. We have more content coming up. Over to you, Ajay.
Thank you. Well said. So as I said in the beginning, we got a few more volunteers, maybe 3 or 4 really key volunteers who are missing here. But on behalf of all of them too, we thank you for being part of this, and we look forward to seeing you in our channel, like Yusna said, in future, as well as the next installment of this, this kind of a Prakriti festival that'll be coming up pretty soon. We haven't decided on the dates, but expect to see something in 2021. So with having said that, thank you all once again. See you later.